Good morning. It is Monday. It is Barbara, the East Coast Dragon Lady, coming to you, as I said, each day this week with a card that I pulled from The Christ Consciousness by Amanda Ellis. This is and it's a self-mastery oracle deck, and it's there's a lot here. But I was guided, as it was Easter, to pull. This is the card, to see that. And this is about prayer, contemplation, and connection. So this is what it says. When you have doubts and worries, pray. When you wish to express gratitude, pray. When you need strength, pray. Prayer is therapeutic for you now and can be done in any moment, in any place, when alone or when with company. To sit and commune with higher power, the universe, or your guides and helpers, it puts things back into perspective and helps balance your mind, body, and soul. Setting time aside to pray connects you with all the help you require, the energy to sustain you, and the solace and comfort you seek. To pray is not to demand answers and solutions or to seek what you alone want, but to surrender to the flow of the universe, which knows what is best for you and all concerned. There is often a divine timing at play with prayer, but our cries for help are always heard and answered in ways we often don't recognize. Just knowing that you are heard is powerful and cathartic, opening doorways to healing and peace. To be in prayer is to be present, to pause and to be still, allowing the outside world to recede and the inner one to grow. Maybe you've been very busy or have not had time for yourself or your spiritual needs, since modern life is often frantic, noisy, and fast-paced. But prayer slows down vibration so that focus, healing, and balance can be restored. There is nothing too small or too large that you can't offer up to God. Anything that requires illumination and light can be prayed over. Prayer is never wasted time, but it is essential for greater clarity, faith, and endurance. Prayer can take us into a meditative state, changing our neural paths in neural paths in the brain and enhancing our empathy and understanding. It has both physical and spiritual effects that are long-reaching. Prayer will also help you reflect upon where you are on your spiritual journey and what parts of the journey you are struggling with and require help. It shows your commitment to evolving and learning and growing. Like a seed without water, a person without prayer will find it hard to thrive. Prayer puts you in touch with the energy you seek for whatever you now face. We know Jesus instructed his followers to meaningfully pray and not prayer for the sake of being seen to be doing it, to do so either. He alluded to the private nature of prayer and laid down the Lord's Prayer as a teaching template which encompasses giving thanks, asking for forgiveness, putting trust and faith in a higher power, and keeping lower energies and temptation away. Prayer is not meant to be difficult. The child in the card has mastered it, knowing instinctively how to do it even against a city backdrop. There is a nod to the tranquility that can be found in nature. Also, a park, garden, stream, or tree, anything living that connects us to the power and beauty that is God's creation all around us. We don't need an ornate building to pray in. We just need ourselves and a moment to pause, breathe, and practice the art of communing with what we seek. In silence or via spoken word, prayer is a lifesaver, a life sustainer. Enjoy the moment in it today. So that was a lot. And again, I hadn't even seen that until I read that it's against a city background. There's a couple of airplanes, there's a waterfall, but it speaks to the fact that, and again, it doesn't have to be God. It can be your higher power. It can be what it is that you believe in. This is the Christ consciousness. So obviously, but that is to me, that all-knowing, all-seeing. I guess that's what it is to me. I think I shared yesterday that, or I have before, that I was not brought up in a religious family at all. There was no denomination. I grew up in England. My father was very proudly said he was an agnostic. He didn't believe in any of that stuff, he used to say. So he told us that as we got older, we could practice whatever faith we wanted, but not he was not going to make us go to church. We did, interestingly, go to Sunday school at our local church. I think it was more of a social thing, or more sort of expected that we would go to Sunday school. And I have found my way, I found myself very interested in every religion, more as like a historical fact-finding. In fact, I took it as an exam class in school, because I really wanted to understand what was it. And to me, it felt like everybody was, whatever religion it was, they had a name for God, but it seemed to me to be the same person. So I was just drawn to this for this week. I do think prayer, meditation, whatever you want to call it, it's that sitting in stillness. And if you followed me for any length of time, you will know a lot of messages that come through, and especially connecting with your dragons, is about sitting in stillness, sitting in peace and quiet, quietening our minds. And some people find the best way to do that is putting their hands together and praying. Other people chant. Other people need to hold a crystal. Whatever it is that puts you in that quiet space, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, it's very nourishing to our soul. So I hope that has set you up for the day, or whenever you listen to this. Today here in Massachusetts is actually a holiday. It's not a holiday everywhere. So make the most of today. When you have time, find time to be quiet and listen to the voice. Excuse me, now my voice is going again. Because if you sit for a few minutes in silence, you will hear a message. So have a good day, and I'll be back tomorrow.